So as you all know, for UFC 290 this weekend, Bo Nickal was scheduled to take on Gore in what I thought was going to be a pretty dominant performance by Bo Nickal. But due to recent events, Gore has unfortunately had to pull out of that contest with what looked like being an injury within his training camp. Now, this is never a good thing to happen a week out from a fight, but as we know within the UFC, these things can happen. It's a combat sport. And if a big injury happens, a fighter is going to pull out. Now, if you guys do want to up your athleticism and prevent some injuries in your training, feel free to check out my free ebook, Combat Training Essentials. The link is in the description. So I was looking a little bit uncertain there for quite some time whether Bo Nickal would actually get a replacement. And that he has. He did get a replacement today. And this fight actually excites me a lot more than the previous one because I think it's going to be a lot more competitive and it's a much bigger test for Bo Nickal. So he is now facing Val Woodburn, who's an undefeated prospect within the UFC and a very exciting fighter at that. Fairly unknown, but as we know, stars are made on pay-per-views, so I think this one's going to be an absolute banger. And it's no secret that the UFC has been pushing Bo Nickal, looking to build him up into one of the biggest stars today, and Val Woodburn looks to derail that hype train. And look, he can absolutely do it. So Woodburn is another fighter with a perfect record, currently 7 wins and 0 losses. As we know, Bo Nickal's currently sitting at 4 wins and 0 losses and absolutely walked through every one of his opponents as well. So it looks like this contest is going to be opening up the pay-per-view at UFC 290, and I'm rapt to see Bo Nickal staying on this card because I love watching the guy fight, and I'm really interested to see what he's going to do throughout his UFC career. But what do you guys think of this new opponent? How do you rate him against Bo Nickal? I, for one, think it's going to be a much more competitive fight, so I think it really adds to UFC 290 and makes the card even better than what it initially is. And as we know, Alexander Volkanovski is also going to be on the card defending his featherweight strap against Yair Rodriguez. If you do want to check out my breakdown for that video, feel free to check it out in the description below. But it has been a pretty slow month for the UFC, so I am incredibly excited to finally see some excitement back in the air amongst some fans. You know, it's been hard creating content the last month, if I'm being completely honest. Not a lot of things have excited me, but over the next month or two, we have got some fantastic cards, so I really can't wait for it. Let me know what you guys think of the whole card of UFC 290 as a whole and what you think of this new opponent. And if you guys do like this sort of content, please feel free to hit subscribe because it does really help out the channel. And I do appreciate all your support so far. Everyone that supported my channel, watched my videos, you know, it really means a lot to me. So I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all later.